Energy consumption by sources is the main topic of the image. The image is a pie chart which has many factors such as nuclear, coal, and the natural gas. It is evident the maximum value is for the oil, which is almost 35%, whereas the minimum value is 10% for the renewable energy. In addition to that, nuclear contains the value of 10%, coal contains the value of 20%, whereas the natural gas contains the second highest value, which is 25%. To conclude, image gives information about energy consumption by the sources.
The pie chart gives information about energy consumption by source. According to the picture, we can see that for coal it is around 20% and for natural gas it is higher with around 25%. The highest value is for oil around 35 and the lowest is for nuclear with just 10%. Similarly, for renewable it is 10%. To sum up, the picture gives information about energy consumption by source.
The given pie chart reveals information about energy consumption by different sources. However, the data has been calibrated in the form of percentage. After skimming the picture, I can see that there are different types of items like renewable, nuclear, coal, and so on. So, for example, it can be stated that the highest proportion is covered by oil, which is 35%, followed by natural gases, which is 25%. However, the smallest proportion is 10% covered by renewable sources and nuclear sources. The rest of the part is coal, which is covered by 20%. Overall, the pie chart shows a significant trend in consumption of energy by different sources.
The given pie chart provides information about energy consumption by source such as renewables, nuclear, coal, natural gas, and so on. It is clearly evident from this pie chart that the source consuming most amount of energy was oil with the value of 35%, followed by natural gas with the value of 25% and coal with the value of 20%, whereas the source consuming less amount of energy was renewable and nuclear with the value of 10% each. Overall, the pie chart gives information about energy consumption by resources such as nuclear, oil, renewables, coal, natural gas, and so on.
The given pie chart provides information about the energy consumption by source. There are some numbers given such as 10, 20, 30, 25. There are some categories given such as renewables, oil, natural gas, coal. By observing this, I can say the maximum area is covered by the oil, which is around 35 5.0, and the minimum area is covered by the nuclear, which is covered 10.0. Overall, I can say that this image is a great source of information about energy consumption by source.
The image provided is a pie chart that gives detailed information about energy consumption by source. From the image, it is evident that natural gas is the highest constituent of the pie, which is 25%. Conversely, renewable is the lowest, which is 10%. Another interesting point is coal constitutes of 20% and oil constitutes of 35% respectively. To conclude, energy consumption by source was the main feature.
The pie chart shows information about energy consumption by source. It can be clearly seen that there are different factors such as renewables, nuclear, coal, natural gas, and oil. Also, there are different percentages in this image such as 10.0, 10.0, 20.0, 25.0, and 35.0. Also, there are different colors such as red, blue, black, and white. The highest area is covered by oil and lowest area is covered by coal. Overall, the image is very interesting and gives us information about consumption of energy.
The pie chart compares five different items in terms of energy consumption by source. As is shown, oil with 35% and natural gas with 25% account for significantly large portion, while coal with 20% and nuclear and renewable with 10% represent a smaller share. Overall, it is clear that oil is the dominant category while renewable and nuclear contributes the least.
The pie chart provides the information of energy consumption by source. There are lots of energy sources has been discussed throughout the picture such as nuclear, coal, natural gas, oil and renewables. The highest amount of the energy has been consumption by the oil and the amount was 35%, followed by the natural gas has been the second highest amount of the consumption and the value was 25%. On the other hand, the lowest amount of the energy consumption has been done by the renewables and the nucleus and the both value was 10% respectively. In conclusion, coal has got the value of 20%.
This picture shows information about energy consumption by source. According to the picture, we can see in natural gas the number is around 25%, and in coal the value is lower, which around 20%. The highest value is related to oil, and the number is around 35%, and the lowest one is related to nuclear and renewables, and the number is around 10%. The sum of a graph shows information about energy consumption by source.
This is a very informative image. This image provides information about consumption's energy by the source, where it can be clearly visible that the peak point of this chart is oil with 35 percentage, and the lowest point of this chart is nuclear and the renewable with 10 percentage. Also, there is a different images and pictures are information is given. Over a quick glance, it is noticeable that the nuclear gas is 25 percentage, coal is 20 percentage. All in all, this image provide information about energy consumption by the source.
The information regarding the energy consumption by sources has been described by this pie chart. The data has been calibrated in percentage. The highest value is covered by oil, which is around 35%, and the lowest value is covered by renewables, which is around only 10%. It can be seen that the value of the coal is around the 20%. Furthermore, it can be seen that the value of natural gases is around 25%. Also, some variations and numbers can be observed. To conclude, the data gives information about the energy consumption by sources in this pie chart.
It is a pie chart which shows information about the energy consumption by sources. Similarly, the data has been divided into form of number, percentage and words. An important element of this image is renewable energy, nuclear and coal. Furthermore, it points out some information about the oil and natural gas. The highest value is oil, which is around the 35%, and the lowest value is nuclear gas, which is around the 10%. I can see several colors, which is green and dark green. In comparison between all of them, there is a big difference. Furthermore, it points out some information about the coal and nutritional gas. In conclusion, this image is about the energy consumption by sources.